Hello, everyone. We are coming to you from the studios of Lux World Productions here in Loganville, Georgia. This is Doug Adams and Is It News with Doug and Jeff. Now, we have some great stories coming up for you tonight, but first I would like to introduce to you my buddy. Well, you didn't like me using the term buddy, though, did you?
No,
Jeff?
we're too close to each other right now.
How about acquaintance? How's that sound? Is that better?
It's better. It's
Okay.
not what I prefer.
We'll think about that, okay?
How about just hey you?
Okay, that's good. Hey, you. Okay.
Hey, you.
I'd like to introduce to you, Hey, you.
Hey you.
So,
You're stumped, aren't
Jeff,
you?
no, I actually have some. I've been thinking about something, folks, and usually when that happens, it's
When
not a
Doug
good
thinks.
thing. But, Jeff, I mean, we're getting of that certain age where we have a gray hair every now and then. Yeah, I'm sure. like only now and then. Well, I have a theory I want to run by you.
Okay.
I think gray hairs are the dandelion of the human body.
You know dogs pee on dandelions.
Well, we don't want to go there. But no, I mean, really, does that make sense to you? And if not, I will explain.
Not a bit.
Okay, well, I will explain that. Okay, when you go out, you mow the yard, you come out the next morning, and there's a dandelion about that tall up in the yard.
How tall?
Right? Well, it's about that tall.
Okay.
And it was, you cut the grass, so you know it was not that tall. It just popped up overnight. Well, gray hairs are like that too. And this happened to me a couple weeks ago. I was staring at myself in the mirror, as I usually do in the morning. Why are you laughing? I mean, I was admiring what is me, okay? But I'm sitting there staring at myself, and I noticed something in my forehead right about here. And not up here, but like right here, dead center. And I thought, and I kind of went in and squinted, and I looked, and it was a gray hair about that long. This thing was like an inch or more long, and it wasn't there the night before. No,
Sorry.
it was. So they are dandelion, or gray hairs are the dandelion of the human body.
You know I'm fixing to lose it over here, don't you? I'm really having
Your gray hairs are. See, I told you would be. It's scary when I do think about things,
It is
and I
very
do. I
scary.
mull things over before I talk about them out loud.
I'm beginning to see that. And it's not fun.
Well, we've got more coming up,
I
so
hope
stick
so, 'cause
around, folks.
You've got me stumped right
Well,
here.
one thing about it, when you hit rock bottom right off the bat, like we just did, it can only go up from here, folks.
But did you try to braid it? Make it like into a little
No,
knots
I
and
actually
all that?
plucked it out. I mean, like I said, I actually plucked it out with tweezers. But it was, I'm serious, that thing was like over an inch long, and it was not there the night before.
You must have used that. What is it called? Rogaine or something?
Maybe so. It's Miracle Grow or something like
Was
that.
it-
So.
Was it like just like a unicorn thing?
No, it was like one of the, it looked like this. It was kind of sitting like this. Dead center. So,
Can I say Viagra?
yeah. Lisa, our lovely producer over there, it looks like she just bit into a lemon over there, folks. So I think we'll just call this and we'll come back.
Is there such a
And we
thing-
have now
is
the
there
next
such a thing
story.
called rubbing Viagra? Did you put that on your head or something, and that hair just popped out and it's like full of tension? Or
Now I'm gonna do my lips like Lisa. So, but no. Next up, we will have in the next segment a love story.
again, going back to Viagra.
No.
Okay. Rogaine.
And we are back here at Is It News with Doug and Jeff. Make sure you subscribe there on YouTube and make sure you share it with all your friends. And if you do have any comments, we'd love to hear your feedback. Or even better, if you have any stories you would like to us to do on a future show, make sure you put that down in the text below the screen. Jeff, this is a Channel 4 Washington NBC story. Now, this is a love story. I think we do have a romantic side here at Is It News, right, Jeff?
I'm not going to comment.
Well, your wife's not here, so you can speak. She won't
But she
see
can
that.
watch. She'll
Well,
be
that's
watching.
true, though. That's true.
Yes, we do have a romantic side here.
Yeah, we do. We like to make people feel good. Well, this is a love story about a young girl, and young love. I'm sure you probably remember your young love, right?
I do.
You remember that long ago.
I do. Just a few days.
Just a few days ago. But no, this is, as I said, a Channel 4 story out of Loudoun County, Virginia. This girl, 14 years old, they were having burritos one night there at the house. They had a burrito, like make your own burrito night there at their house.
Smoking marijuana and eating burritos.
No. Well, you'd almost think they were after you hear the rest of this. But anyway, she was fixed her burrito, and she bit into that burrito, and she said she looked at her mom says she looked at me after taking a bite and said, I really want to marry this burrito. I would give anything to marry this burrito. So her mom, being a wedding photographer, got her ready and put her in a nice, beautiful dress, flowers in her hair, her burrito in her hand, and took her out into a meadow, Jeff, and took pictures of her with the love of her life, her burrito.
Her burrito.
They, no, I mean, this, she did. I mean, they went all out. But the only problem was with this whole thing is that her little brother had eaten all of the rest of the parts of the, the stuff they made the burrito out of for burrito night. So they had to go to Taco Bell and get a stand-in burrito for the wedding ceremony and the wedding pictures. You're stunned silence, Jeff. I mean,
I'm
isn't that a touching story? It has a picture of her with her hot sauce in her hand, just like she's holding. I mean, it does. I mean, it's touching. Her laying out in the field. It was a hot night with that burrito.
Oscar Mayer. I don't know what she wants to call it.
But she's actually laying in this field of daisies, kissing her burrito.
No way.
It's right here, right there. She is kissing her burrito, Jeff. She is kissing her burrito, and she is in love with it. But like I said, I guess the love won't last for the simple reason that burrito is no more. And Taco Bell, I had to be a stand-in for that. So
wow. I mean, I would never eat a burrito the same way again.
No, you
just ruined my image of eating burritos.
You may have found something though. Do you like pizza or something? Maybe you could fall in love with a pizza, and maybe it would treat you right, Jeff.
It might.
I mean, your wife would probably be happy.
She probably would be happy with that. I mean, come on. A burrito, a burrito, burrito.
Never mind. Okay, but see, we do have a soft side here at Is It News.
So that was a soft burrito, though.
It was a soft shell.
Okay. That's my soft side.
Okay. Is It News with Doug and Jeff? And Jeff, I have a Reuters story out of London, England. Reuters, that's a news service.
Okay.
Out of London, England. Have you ever been to London?
Kentucky.
London, Kentucky. Not the same thing, okay?
Oh.
This is the one across the pond, as they say.
Like Lake Lanier?
No, across the Atlantic Ocean.
Oh, okay.
That pond, okay? Now, the Dartmoor Union Inn in southwest England said on its Facebook page, so if it's on Facebook, it must be true. It is absolutely, it's true.
It has to be true.
They were having a charity race that they have every year, and the cold snap, they had some colder than normal temperatures, and it said the cold snap has led to a medical problem with our racing snails. They were racing snails, and the snails got too cold, and they basically froze up, and they can't run.
I don't know. They had legs.
Well, they've got little, I don't know what do you call them? I don't know if you call them legs.
Slime.
I don't know. I mean, they make their little tracks or whatever, but they froze up.
That's poo-poo tracks.
And they were too slow to compete. My question is, how slow does a snail have to become to be too slow to race? I mean, because they're not really, it's not like a cheetah or something out there, running in the first place.
Maybe it's a cheetah snail.
This is it. So they are going to have to reschedule the first International Snail Grand National.
Well, you could paint a snail. The red and blue and the The rainbow car.
Yeah, you could put little numbers on them and
Yeah.
stuff like that. You know, maybe a little STP sticker or
Yeah.
something like that,
ST
or you know, make it what the M&M snail,
Oh,
you know,
I thought
shell
you
or
said
whatever.
I thought you said STD. My bad. Thinking the wrong thing.
Oh, and Lynn and our producer just handed me this. Snails do not have legs, but instead have one very large and very flat foot. Okay.
Flat foot.
Kind of like you, Jeff. They have a flat
That's not
foot.
me in it.
Snails secrete a layer of mucus
Secrete.
that they use to help them glide about. Kind of like you.
Okay.
You're one-footed, flat-footed, and secrete mucus.
I got that, man.
Thank you, Lynn,
Thank
the
y'all so
camera
much.
lady over here.
Yes.
So,
Thank you.
Are you sure? Do you have a shell? I mean, are you? I just wondered. Maybe you might want to go to England when they have to reschedule this snail race and
I
race
might.
in this.
That'd be
You
fun.
you may win.
I might
You never
win.
know.
I don't drive like a snail. My wife says I do, but she's the one that got the super speeder ticket, by the way.
Oh, really?
We need to clear this up right now on air.
Uh-oh.
I'm
Okay.
calling my wife out. She says
What?
she's a better driver than I am.
Well, but she got a super speeder.
Yes, she
That's
did.
like 85, isn't it? I mean, you have to be going like 85 and a 65 or something, isn't it?
Oh, she was going 75 and a 35.
Oh, okay. She's the little daredevil, isn't she?
She is a
There.
daredevil.
Okay.
And she got mad. She got a ticket.
She got mad because she was
We
going
were
75.
coming home from Albany, and she was driving, and I was relaxed in the car, and the next thing that came out of her mouth was, "We fixing to get a ticket." And I opened my eyes and said, there ain't no we in this conversation. It's all you, baby. It's all you.
I'm
You
not-
getting the ticket.
I'm not pushing
Not
the
this
pedal
boy.
here, folks.
Not rapper Jay, you
No,
know.
not
That ain't
Country
gonna
Jeff
happen.
there,
That's
no.
right. I got to wear my clock next week around my neck.
You need to have that. That was a good look for you, I think,
I
really.
appreciate that.
So. And this is It News with Doug and Jeff. Make sure you like us on Facebook. We have a new Facebook page, and also on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, and please send us some. If you have stories to send or anything else, or any comments or whatever, any hate mail, it goes to Clay. He's going to take care of our hate mail.
Yes, he is. Thank
Okay.
you. We
What-
appreciate that so much.
Really,
Clay. Thank
I'm sensitive, and Jeff is sensitive too.
We'll talk about that later.
Well, we'll deal, okay?
We'll deal. We'll wheel and deal. So.
Well, now, Jeff, this is a UPI story out of Canada, okay? Now, Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, they have posted a job opening. Now, this may be something you or Cupcake Bill would be interested in.
Canada's not. They got farms up there, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, and this may be right up your alley here. And folks, for those of you who don't know who Cupcake Bill is, he is a friend of mine that I grew up with in Southern Illinois.
His only friend.
We don't need to. You don't need to make this personal now, okay?
You talked about me eating a while ago.
He's an acquaintance. Okay, we'll just call him an acquaintance that I grew up with. Okay, but he has a rather odd way of doing things, and just some kind of.
Go ahead.
We're trying to film here, okay? But I think Cupcake Bill may be interested in this too, if he's interested in moving to Canada. Now, the city of Edmonton, Alberta has posted a job opening online, and this has went viral, so it's going all over the world, for a goat coordinator.
Did you cut your toenails or anything lately? You got a sharp one?
No, I don't.
Okay. Go ahead.
They are looking for a goat coordinator. Now, to spearhead the city's Goat Works program.
Goat Works program.
Yes. Now this makes sense. The candidate would be called on to implement and evaluate the Goat Works program, which was first tested out by the city last year and involved a herd of 170 goats being used to clear weeds from Rundle Park. So you could be a goat herder in Canada, Jeff. That may be your career
That might be
path.
my calling right there, is to be a goat herder.
It may be. I mean, the person filling the
freaking
position, which features hourly pay up to $43 an hour.
To watch goat?
Yeah, $43 an hour
Are
for
they the same equivalents in money as we are in the United States?
Well, yeah, I think the Canadian dollar and the dollar's about close together. So yeah,
Help me
that's
with this.
what is he? Please.
There you go. Thank you. I've got a knife at
but-
home. I will bring to next week or when we film again.
I would like you to eat and drink before the show or after the show, to be honest with you.
I'm sorry about that.
But no, I mean, think about it, $43 an hour. Cupcake Bill.
That's amazing.
I mean, I think I think he pays them to work at where he works.
That's
I think he
$5
actually
decent.
pays his boss. So that may be a good deal.
$43 an hour to
Yep.
watch.
And this could be
Go.
up to an 11-month deal, okay? Now, they would also be required to, quote, coordinate public meet and bleat events. A little play on words, goats
and bleat.
bleeding, yeah. And while assisting in the development of new and additional engagement opportunities. Now, the ideal candidate, now here's where we need to, thank you. We need to see if you meet any of these criteria. The ideal candidate would have a degree in horticulture, forestry, parks, recreation, environment, or a related field. I mean, do you have? Oh, you have one of those.
I've been brought up on a farm. That's all it takes.
So you have you're into horticulture then.
What?
Gosh. How about forestry?
He's an SME,
A what?
an SME.
Subject matter expert.
Oh, okay. Well,
SME.
Jeff is me.
okay.
Huh?
So
Jeff is me.
Just as me.
now here's something though. You have experience with vegetation management and basic knowledge about plant health needs.
Plant health needs. Plant health needs.
Yes, so basically which plants for the goats to, chew on and mow or whatever. What I don't know. Do you call it mowing? I mean, what do you call goats? I mean, grazing. I guess it is,
That
right?
wouldn't be a bad job, would it?
Well, and I think we'll just
Thank you,
leave
brother.
it at that, folks. And we are back with Is It News with Doug and Jeff. Jeff, this is a daily news story out of Pennsylvania. Domestic violence is a problem and drugs are a problem, but when you have them together, doesn't usually turn out well, and that's what this story is about. A Pennsylvania man presented a real slippery situation for law enforcement as he was not only reportedly high on LSD, but also covered in cooking oil and naked, except he was wearing one sock.
And where was the sock at?
I'm hoping it was on one of his feet. But it does not say this. I guess this is a family newspaper.
Okay.
But he was. But I'm hoping the sock was on one of his feet.
I've been oiled up before.
I know I'm going to regret asking this, but why or when was this?
I'll tell you later.
You can't say this on the air. Okay.
I can say it on the air. I just choose to not to.
Not to. Okay. There.
Go
Okay.
ahead, proceed.
Okay. Now, police arrived after receiving a phone call last month about a man inside his family's home who was on drugs and assaulting everyone in the house.
I was in the Redneck Olympics.
Oh, you were in the, so
Yeah.
they oiled you up for the Redneck Olympics.
No, they oiled the pigs up.
Okay. So you were secondary oiled when you were trying to tackle the pigs. Is that correct?
You must have been there. It was a wrestling match. The pig won, by the way.
I am not surprised.
I was all oiled up.
Did he outsmart you?
Yes, he did. That's what's so bad about the whole daggone thing.
Well, they do have those curly little... Did you try to grab him by the curly little tail?
I did, and I tried to swing him. It wouldn't help.
It would...
What do you say? I said, wee, 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 all around he did. You know the little piglet in the car? That's it.
It reminds me of Arnold Ziffel in Green Acres.
Yeah.
Remember that? It
Yeah.
does.
Eat more
I
bacon.
can see you and your little Arnold out there greased up trying to tackle each other and stuff. Okay.
How did we get off domestics to pigs?
I don't know.
That's your
Well,
fault.
it had oil in
That's
it.
your
So
fault.
now the authorities approached the Apollo, Pennsylvania residence. Lonnie Beatty reportedly came smashing out of the front door naked with his sock on, screaming, "No, no, no, no." After running through the snow. Now, this happened in the winter in Pennsylvania in the snow. The nude 19-year-old started approaching the vehicle that his family was hiding inside of. So I guess the family run outside, was hiding in the family vehicle. and the officers had to use a taser on him, sending him to the snow-covered ground. Now, due to the icy conditions, no officers could get to him in time, and he just kept rolling on the ground until he actually pulled the wires of the tasers off himself. He was, shall we say, I guess, so high on drugs. Now, they ended up having to tase him again, and it still did not have any effect. Finally, the suspect managed to get back inside the home where officers confronted him, only to realize the inherent difficulty in apprehending a fully oiled up naked man. You know, those policemen went home that night and said, honey, you ain't going to believe this,
Not
what
gonna
happened
believe what
today.
happened. Henceforth, when the guy got tasered, he probably weed everywhere on the snow. That's why you are not supposed to eat yellow snow.
That's a good point.
That's right.
Now, let me ask this, Jeff. Do you have any relatives that live in Pennsylvania?
We don't venture outside of Tennessee.
Well, I was just
South.
curious because I know this could have been one of your relatives.
Well, you're from the north.
Yeah, but I don't really have any relatives that.
Maybe Cupcake Bill. Maybe it's one of his.
It could, well, or Cupcake Bill for that matter, who knows. But due to Beatty being naked and covered in cooking oil, attempts to gain control were difficult, the law enforcement officers admitted in their report. Now, they eventually were able to arrest him, and upon speaking with family members, it was discovered that Beatty allegedly assaulted 2 women and 3 children. So hopefully they were not hurt. I guess not bad or anything like that, before the family members were able to escape to the family car. Now, in total, he would rack up 24 charges, wearing a sock on the wrong part of the body. I don't know. That could have been one of them. We don't know.
Sock is rocking, don't go knocking, right? Is that what it comes down to?
Yeah.
Holding Nina for Rocket Man.
Our producer Lisa is cringing over there, and why she has spent the last 20 minutes holding her head in her hands, just going why softly.
Have we heard that word before? Somewhere it's like, in there.
But so he actually was charged with assault, criminal mischief, endangering the welfare of children, and making terroristic threats.
Roll back. He got in trouble for having salt.
No, criminal assault. No, assault where you hit someone.
Well, you said assault.
I said assault, not.
It's like when
not
I say, wife, hand me the assault right there.
No, it's where assault is not a salt shaker.
Oh, okay. Explain that next time.
Okay, I'm trying to make this very basic, Jeff, okay? Now, Beatty is currently free on bond. Many of the more serious charges were dropped at the preliminary hearing held this week when his victims refused to testify. So basically now he only faces charges of disorderly conduct and resisting arrest. And I bet that was hard to get those officers' clothes cleaned after having all that oil on it.
So he probably assaulted the police officers with his sock. Loaded sock.
He may have. That would have those. I'll tell you what. Police officers earn their money, folks. They really
Yes, they
do.
Yes, they do.
Thanks everyone for joining us on Is It News with Doug and Jeff. We will debut new episodes starting now every Wednesday at 2 p.m. on YouTube. So go like our Facebook page. We actually have that up now, and also subscribe to us on YouTube. And also, if you hit that little bell up there, you will get notifications of upcoming shows when they are posted. Well, Jeff, what was, I think this show went pretty well. I don't know about the Slim Fast, though. I'm not sure about that.
I got more. I'm not worried about. I think I think my favorite one has to be the loaded sock.
I figured the naked guy with a sock.
Yeah.
For some reason, I figured you would like that the best.
Can you imagine just coming to the front door on a call or something and somebody coming out naked and all oiled up and
Naked. Okay.
Naked.
Naked.
No,
okay.
it's naked.
Okay. I'll let you say that. Go ahead.
Naked.
Okay.
And all greased up.
I'm just wondering what he was greased up with. Did he use maybe was it peanut oil or maybe what's Olive oil. Is it olive? You know that we would maybe that way he didn't have. Maybe he was on a certain diet and he
He
didn't
might have
have
been.
anything. You know that way it would. You know, low fat, low calories.
Maybe-
Probably got a peanut allergy.
He may have had a peanut.
That's
That's
right.
something too, though. So maybe
right.
we stick with or Pam. You know, the stick him that way he wouldn't stick.
Yeah.
You know, or anything. But so.
I've used Pam one time for deodorant.
And I'm sure your arms didn't get chafed a bit,
No,
did
it was
they, or
nice and
anything?
slippery all day, you know. Didn't have any problems with that.
We always find new uses here at Is It
Yes, we
News
do.
with Doug and Jeff. Folks, seriously, thanks for tuning in. We'd love to hear your comments at the bottom of the pages on YouTube. So, see you next week.